At the very bottom of the mutant hierarchy are Epsilon Level Mutants. These are individuals whose powers are extremely limited, non-combat, or so niche that they rarely influence the world in any obvious way. Their abilities aren't useless, just easy to overlook. Maggot is a perfect example. His mutation manifests as two sentient digestive slugs that process food for him and convert it into energy. While biologically fascinating, this ability offers little offensive or defensive capability in combat situations. Skin's mutation allows him to stretch his body far beyond normal human limits. However, unlike characters such as Mr. Fantastic, Skin lacks enhanced durability or strength. His mutation changes his form, but not his survivability. Epsilon-level mutants often live ordinary lives, not because they lack value, but because their powers don't trigger fear. And in the Marvel Universe, fear is what defines visibility. Delta-level mutants, specialized but limited. Delta-level mutants possess abilities that are clearly useful, sometimes dangerous but narrow in scope. X-23, Laura Kinney, carries Wolverine's healing factor and claws, making her lethal in close combat. However, her mutation doesn't grant the longevity, experience, or emotional resilience that makes Wolverine so effective. Her power makes her dangerous, but also exploitable. Jubilee's energy plasmoids resemble fireworks, visually impressive but strategically limited. She excels at distraction, crowd control, and tactical support rather than raw destruction. Gambit's mutation allows him to charge objects with kinetic energy, turning everyday items into explosive weapons. In the hands of a strategist, he's deadly. Without preparation, his power loses impact. Delta-level mutants thrive in teams. Alone, they're vulnerable. Together, they're effective. Beta-level mutants controlled and tactical. Beta-level mutants form the backbone of mutant teams. Their powers are potent, controlled, and highly functional but not unlimited. Nightcrawler's teleportation allows instant relocation, infiltration, and rescue, but only within visual range. He can win battles through positioning, not raw force. Colossus can convert his body into organic steel, granting immense strength and durability. He's nearly unstoppable in direct combat, but his power doesn't scale beyond physical confrontation. Kitty Pryde's phasing ability lets her pass through solid matter and disrupt technology. She's not destructive, she's surgical. Emma Frost bridges physical and mental dominance. Her telepathy gives her battlefield control, while her diamond form provides physical resilience. She doesn't overpower enemies, she outmaneuvers them. Beta-level mutants don't rewrite reality. They win wars. Alpha-level mutants, elite, and battlefield dominant. Alpha-level mutants are where fear begins. These mutants possess immense power with defined limits that are still catastrophic. Cyclops' optic blasts release pure kinetic force from an extra-dimensional source. He can flatten mountains and annihilate sentinels. Only decades of discipline prevent accidental mass destruction. Wolverine's healing factor makes him functionally unkillable. Combined with an adamantium skeleton and claws, he becomes a relentless combatant who outlasts nearly any opponent. Rogue's mutation allows her to absorb powers, memories, and personalities through touch. In some cases, these abilities become permanent, turning her into a walking archive of stolen strength. Beast combines superhuman agility and strength with genius-level intellect. His influence extends beyond combat into ethics, science, and mutant politics. Alpha-level mutants don't just fight battles, they shape outcomes. Gamma-level mutants power without stability. Gamma-level mutants are defined by volatility. Their power is immense, but control is fragile. The Hulk is the definitive example. Fueled by gamma radiation and emotional stress, his strength scales upward without a known ceiling. The angrier he becomes, the more dangerous the world gets. She-Hulk represents controlled gamma mutation. She retains her intelligence, but emotional strain still threatens that balance. Red Hulk adds calculation to destruction. He maintains full cognition while becoming more dangerous as his body generates extreme heat. Gamma-level mutants struggle with identity. They don't ask, "How strong am I?" They ask, "Who am I when this happens?" Omega Level Mutants, the absolute apex. At the top of the hierarchy sit Omega Level Mutants. These are individuals whose powers have no known upper limit. If fully unleashed, they could alter the planet or reality itself. Jean Grey, especially when bonded with the Phoenix Force, becomes capable of molecular manipulation, planetary destruction, and existential rewriting. Her greatest danger isn't power, it's emotion. Storm controls the atmosphere on a global scale. Weather, climate, pressure systems. If she ever lost control, continents would suffer. Magneto's command over magnetism extends to planetary magnetic fields and atomic structures. He has lifted cities and altered Earth's polarity. Iceman's true potential allows molecular-level thermal control. At full capacity, he could freeze oceans or trigger a new ice age. Omega Level Mutants aren't heroes or villains by default. They're events. These classifications measure capability, not character. An Omega Level Mutant can save the world or end it. An Epsilon Level Mutant can still change lives quietly. The X gene doesn't decide who you are. It decides how much the world will fear you. In Marvel, power doesn't define heroism. Choice does.